Hey YouTube, so this is the filler trail at the AOAA Friends and Family Snow Ride 2020. The filler trail is fairly similar to the bucket trail. When you actually watch the video, it's actually kind of hard to tell the difference between the bucket and the filler trail. They both can be described pretty much kind of the same. They're in the same area of the park too. They're very flat and they're really big rock gardens. And you just have tight turns between trees and going over the rocks. So if you like rock gardens a lot, this would be a really great trail for you to go in. But I mean, they do kind of lack the interesting aspects that you have when you do trails like Barney Rubble or Upper Anthracite. So they aren't exactly my favorite blues here by any means, but the obstacles are big enough that they can feel a little bit challenging compared to some of the other trails. Like this trail is one of the newer trails, obviously, and it feels a lot more difficult than, say, the Excalibur trail, which it has similar obstacles, but the Excalibur is a much older trail that's much more beat in. And when I say beat in, I mean people have driven over it a lot, and the rocks have sort of been pushed around or ground down or whatever. This trail showed up around the middle of, I want to say, last year. No, it has to be older than that. Maybe the middle of the year prior. And this specific trail, it's right next to Excelsior Swamp. And I believe the Jeep Jamboree cut this trail maybe a year and a half ago. And this is kind of a stereotypical AOAA trail where it's just narrow and it's rock garden. So this is kind of basically, I think, the last really unnamed trail that we did at the snow ride. We did some more trails after this trail, and you'll see there's still 2 or 3 more videos that I'm going to post from the AOA Snow Ride 2020 where we did some more of the blues. The only blue that's a well-known blue that I can think of on this side of the park that we didn't do during the day was Excelsior Swamp. That's the only one, and Excelsior Swamp is really just a swamp lake. And for the most part, there are areas of Excelsior Swamp that are so damn deep that you can't even get through them half the time. So it's sometimes it feels like Excelsior Swamp should be marked like a blue, and sometimes it feels like Excelsior Swamp should be marked like a black, because the center of it where it's the deepest, you can't even go through with a Jeep, unless you want to hydrolock your Jeep. So that trail kind of is a whole, they have big signs like water hazard and limited recovery and stuff like that. So that's kind of why we didn't do Excelsior Swamp, because it can just be a problem, so to speak. And there are bypasses around the center section, but I mean, also the same thing. I mean, it's gonna be covered in ice, and nobody's gonna know how deep it really is until they break through the ice. And it's just a kind of a big kind of problem waiting to happen. So this is the trail that's right in front of it, and the other trail near it would be Muddy Shackle, obviously, which is the one that's parallel to Excelsior Swamp. So anyway, this is the end of the filler trail. So please like and subscribe. Subscriptions really help the channel out a lot. That's what we're really targeting. We're trying to get to 100 subs. So thank you, and we'll see you around.